We're going on and on and on again. You're filling up your thoughts in my head. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. All these arguments are going to my head. It stresses me all out, I feel dead. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable for your love. You beat me down, but somehow I can take the night. And then it goes right around cause I'm just shaking up. I'm feeling 6 feet in the ground, ain't no waking up. Girl, stop it, claiming that you sorry, ain't gon' stop it. Rocket, feelings taking off just like a rocket. Cop it, copping all those things with these fans, ain't gon' top it. That's why I don't stay with no friends, cause they talking. This ain't no mosh pit, they just so toxic. Do me wrong and I'm blocking. My heart's in my pocket, and I'm just walking and chilling and they talking. When will they stop it? I'm dealing with. You don't even know how I'm feeling that. Feelings running high to the ceiling. It's a new day, but it's the same on and on and on again. You're filling up your thoughts in my head. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. All these arguments are going to my head. It stresses me all out, I feel dead. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable for your love. You beat me down, but somehow I can take it now. And then it goes right around cause I'm just shaking up. I'm feeling 6 feet in the ground, ain't no waking up. I'm vulnerable for you, vulnerable for you, vulnerable for you, vulnerable for you, vulnerable. I'm vulnerable for you, vulnerable. We're going on and on and on again. You're filling up your thoughts in my head. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. All these arguments are going to my head. It stresses me all out, I feel dead. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable for your love. You beat me down, but somehow I can take the night. And then it goes right around cause I'm just shaking up. I'm feeling 6 feet in the ground, ain't no waking up. Girl, stop it, claiming that you sorry, ain't gon' stop it. Rocket, feelings taking off just like a rocket. Cop it, copping all those things with these fans, ain't gon' top it. That's why I don't stay with no friends, cause they talking. This ain't no mosh pit, they just so toxic. Do me wrong and I'm blocking. My heart's in my pocket, and I'm just walking and chilling and they talking. When will they stop it? I'm dealing with. You don't even know how I'm feeling that. Feelings running high to the ceiling. It's a new day, but it's the same on and on and on again. You're filling up your thoughts in my head. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. All these arguments are going to my head. It stresses me all out, I feel dead. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable for your love. You beat me down, but somehow I can take it now. And then it goes right around cause I'm just shaking up. I'm feeling 6 feet in the ground, ain't no waking up. I'm vulnerable for you, vulnerable for you, vulnerable for you, vulnerable for you, vulnerable. I'm vulnerable for you, vulnerable. We're going on and on and on again. You're filling up your thoughts in my head. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. All these arguments are going to my head. It stresses me all out, I feel dead. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable for your love. You beat me down, but somehow I can take it now. And then it goes right around cause I'm just shaking up. I'm feeling 6 feet in the ground, ain't no waking up. Girl, stop it, claiming that you sorry, ain't gon' stop it. Rocket, feelings taking off just like a rocket. Cop it, copping all those things with these fans, ain't gon' top it. That's why I don't stay with no friends, cause they talking. This ain't no mosh pit, they just so toxic. Do me wrong and I'm blocking. My heart's in my pocket, and I'm just walking and chilling and they talking. When will they stop it? I'm dealing with. You don't even know how I'm feeling. Feelings running high to the ceiling. It's a new day, but it's the same. On and on and on again. You're filling up your thoughts in my head. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. All these arguments are going to my head. It stresses me all out, I feel dead. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable for your love. You beat me down, but somehow I can take it now. And then it goes right around cause I'm just shaking up. I'm feeling 6 feet in the ground, ain't no waking up. I'm vulnerable for you, vulnerable for you, love, for you, love. Vulnerable for you, vulnerable. I'm vulnerable for you, vulnerable. We're going on and on and on again. You're filling up your thoughts in my head. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. All these arguments are going to my head. It stresses me all out, I feel dead. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable for your love. You beat me down, but somehow I can take it now. And then it goes right around cause I'm just shaking up. I'm feeling 6 feet in the ground, ain't no waking up. Girl, stop it, claiming that you sorry, ain't gon' stop it. Rocket, feelings taking off just like a rocket. Cop it, copping all those things with these fans, ain't gon' top it. That's why I don't stay with no friends, cause they talking. This ain't no mosh pit, they just so toxic. Do me wrong and I'm blocking. My heart's in my pocket, and I'm just walking and chilling and they talking. When will they stop it? I'm dealing with. You don't even know how I'm feeling. Feelings running high to the ceiling. It's a new day, but it's the same. On and on and on again. You're filling up your thoughts in my head. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. All these arguments are going to my head. It stresses me all out, I feel dead. I bet it gets easy cause I'm vulnerable. Taking it easy, girl, I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable for your love. You beat me down, but somehow I can take it now. And then it goes right around cause I'm just shaking up. I'm feeling 6 feet in the ground, ain't no waking up. I'm vulnerable for you, vulnerable for you.
welcome to episode 6 of the RAVEstream. We're glad you guys are joining us today. Just so you're ready for it, we're going to be talking about long suffering tonight in our devotional. So if you have a verse, if you have an idea about what that means, what that looks like, what it looks like to struggle for a long period of time and how we get out of that, go ahead and add it in the comments so that we're ready for it. And Michael, who is standing by, will be able to relay those to us, and we can add your thoughts to part of the discussion. As we get going, we got 2 big announcements that I want to make you aware of. Not going to make you very happy, but the first one is about work camp. The good news is we are still doing a form of work camp. The bad news is, given the safer at home order that is in play in Alabama until the 15th of May, there's not enough time, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to stay on campus at UAH, nor meet together at the building in large groups. So
yeah, 150 people in the same area. It doesn't sound like that fits the regulations right now.
Yeah, I don't think so. And so what we're going to do is we have a YouTube channel that is Hands-Free Missions, that we're going to do a lot of stuff on there. We're going to have a lot of different things going on. We're still going to do t-shirts. We're going to do armbands. We're going to have a whole lot of swag to give out. And giveaways. We're going to do a bunch of giveaways and other things like that. So don't worry too much about it. It's not going to be exactly the same, but I think God's got good things in store for it. And it just means that you guys are going to get to participate in work camp in a way that you haven't been able to before. And so I'm really excited about it. We're still going to have lessons at night. We're going to do a lot more live streams and have a lot of content for that week. So not the same, but stay tuned, I should say, not stand by. Stay tuned for some more information about that. The other one is Impact. I got told this week that Lipscomb's not allowing anybody on campus until school starts back, which means no Impact. But I did hear from some of those guys, and they're going to do a ton. I mean, something online videos from morning till evening, some of it live, some of it old Impact videos, all kinds of stuff. And we're going to try to orchestrate some watch parties and do some things that'll still help us follow some of the guidelines. But that's not until mid-June, so we should have some time to work that out and still do something together for that. So I hate to give you guys that news, but I want to get it out there soon so that you guys are kind of prepared for it, and we can make plans accordingly. If you have ideas for work camp and how we can do that at a distance, let me know. Work camp is something that we create together, and so if you want to be a part of that, let me know how we can do that, and we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. But that's the news, and that's sad, I know, but we're gonna make the best of it. And so, if you got any comments about that, let me know. Email me, text me. But as more stuff comes out and we get closer to it, you guys are going to hear a lot more about it.
All right, and then what next? We have to talk about our content that we've talked about, and just don't forget to like it and comment and just watch it. I mean, because they're still on YouTube, so don't forget to follow us on every single social media account, and don't forget about Don't forget about our Mission Minded Mondays and how we have every Monday of the month. We also have a mission minded activity to go with it, and then on Tuesdays we have
Michael's got something.
Here, I got it for you.
Oh, there he is.
All right. So
Thank you, sir.
All right. So Tuesdays, then we have our 5-minute devotionals, and then those are also on YouTube. So and you can go back at any time just to go watch those. And then Wednesdays we have, like we're doing right now, we have our rave streams. And then don't forget about Thursdays, and that's our Thoughtful Thursdays. And we just take time just to remember prayer on those days. And then we have prayer activities. And then Fridays are Fast Fridays. And then we just have that bingo board. And then it'll change up eventually. And then just don't forget to send us, like, what you feel, like, how you changed or what you're feeling during those times. And, like, don't forget to follow us on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or TikTok or what else do we have? Snapchat or YouTube. And
yeah. And then Saturdays, you guys know, our Share Saturdays. The idea is that we give you guys something and you give us something as well. And so what we're wanting back from you guys is videos, posts, comments on your experiences throughout the week, just like Jalen talked about. How you fasted, what you fasted from. If you want to do that anonymously, send me a text, and we'll talk about it, but we won't share your name. How you served on Mondays or during the week. What you thought about the videos, the Bible studies on Tuesday, and how the prayer time affected you on Thursdays. Share in all of those times, because those things are meant for you, and the more you participate, the more we are connected together. So that's an encouragement for you guys to do on Saturdays to kind of reflect on your week.
And then on Sundays, don't forget to tune in for class at 9, and then we have our assembly at 10.
Yep. But big news for tomorrow, a reminder, we're going to have our second digital snack time. That is at 11. It's the biggest Zoom hangout that we can possibly make. And last week was really, really great. I think we had 14 people tune in for that. And it was a whole lot of fun. But the link for that Zoom meeting will be available on GroupMe and via email immediately after the live stream tonight. Then you can see some pictures of our Zoom meeting. And I think there's one more above. My favorite part was everybody was sharing what they were snacking on. And some people had cupcakes. And Laura Gale had, the only thing she had out there on the front porch with her was hummingbird food. So I don't think she ate that. But the big thing about digital snack time, though, tomorrow, make sure you bring a snack. Because it's digital snack time. So you need to have a snack with you. But there is going to be a contest for the best Zoom background. So the program Zoom lets you upload a picture as your background, but it also has some animated backgrounds. And you can also make your own if you want to. But best background is going to get a personally delivered box of Pop-Tarts. Okay? Why would I give you anything other than Pop-Tarts? You need Pop-Tarts. I love Pop-Tarts. Everyone should love Pop-Tarts. So you'll get Pop-Tarts for the best Zoom background. So the link will be available on GroupMe and via email right after the RAVEstream tonight. So be ready for that. Also, while we're talking about sharing things, you guys shared this week bubble videos with us. I know Jalen got a few. I got a few. And we were really excited that you guys were part of that challenge, that you guys were playing and having fun with the stuff that we'd given you. And so we wanted to highlight those things and give you guys some shout outs. I know that the Bells sent me a video of them goofing off of bubbles in the backyard. I could not find it. So Bells, if you're watching, I'm sorry. But they sent me a video and it's disappeared into the ether somewhere. So, but the ones that we did compile that I did not lose, we have compiled into a video. So Michael, without further ado, bring on the bubble parade. So thank you guys for sharing. Those were a whole lot of fun, and it was really cool to get those videos and to see how you guys were interacting. and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So,
Just a quick question, Rodney.
Yeah.
How do those bubbles taste?
Not good.
I didn't think so.
No.
I've had them before. I'm not a fan.
They weren't too good.
I prefer brownies or muffins.
Yeah, the bottom gets all gooey and stuff after you play with
Yeah,
the
it
balls
doesn't
for too
sound
long,
good.
So it needs to be clean. But yeah, it wasn't great. So we want to go ahead and jump into our Devo. Our discussion tonight is on long suffering. I thought, I don't know, this idea was on my mind. Jalen and I had been talking about what are we going to talk about and what are we going to do next. And so we got a whole bunch of topics, but this one was on my mind, and I didn't share this with you beforehand, but it was on my mind because the longer this goes, I'm noticing, when it first started, there was a lot of people that were really upset about it, but like, oh, I can't believe we're going to do this. And you had a lot of people saying, oh, this is horrible, and having to stay at home and things like that. We went through this period where we got out of that, and it was okay. We're all banding together, and we're all taking care of each other, and everybody was kind and compassionate and patient and helping each other out. This last week, I was in line at Chick-fil-A, and they have like those two lines, right? Where like one person goes, and then the next person goes, and then that person, and they kind of zipper into into the same line at the end. I noticed it there, and then I was paying attention to it in other places. Just this one day where I just noticed that people were not as kind and compassionate as they had been. And it was like, I wonder if everybody's fuses are getting short. And then this idea of I thought we're all suffering, but then this idea of long suffering hit me, and that when we all go through struggles, everybody kind of buckles down and says, okay, we just got to get through this. But when you don't see an end in sight, people start reverting to like their not their primal instincts, but just it's hard to stay patient and calm for as long as we've had to be patient and calm. And so I thought it would be cool to just throw the idea out there and share some verses. And so I know I threw the idea out to you, and you had a verse, and then I had one too. And so we'll talk about them. But go ahead and share yours with us.
All right. So my verse was 2 Peter 3, and then it was verse 8 through I believe it's 15. And then it says, "But do not forget this one thing, dear friends. With the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some understand slowness. Instead, he is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come like a thief, and the heavens will disappear with roars. The elements will be destroyed by fire, and the earth and everything done in it will be laid to bare. Since everything will be destroyed in this way, what kind of people ought you be? You ought to live holy and godly lives as you look forward to the day of God, and speed is coming. That day will bring about the destruction of the heavens by fire, and the elements will melt in the heat. But in keeping with its promise, we are looking forward to a new heaven and a new earth where righteousness dwells. So then, dear friends, since you're looking forward to this, make every effort to be found spotless, blameless, and at peace and with him. Bear in mind that our Lord's patience means salvation, just as our dear brother Paul also wrote, with the wisdom that God gave him."
So why'd you pick that verse?
So, I picked that verse because at first I like the idea of, or not the idea, I like the fact of that it's been, at the very beginning it stated that, a day, I don't know how to. What did it say?
A day is like 1,000 years.
And then, God is, what I got from that is, God isn't on, our same, time perspective, in a sense. So, this may, be, quote-unquote, long-lasting towards us. But, to him, it's, it could be just, as, a cornerstone, as you could say. Or just, a thing that could, or a thing that, what am I trying to get to? A thing that could just change the minds of people and just as it said, lead them to repentance. And then I don't know, patient. I also like speaks to me as in like the terms of patience because I mean, if you're not, I mean, if his time is different from than our time, then I mean, like patience is gonna sway. So like,
I think you could add to that by saying, if you pictured God as like the author and us as like characters in a story, he knows the conclusion, he knows the character arc we're going to go on. And it's easy for us to say in the moment, I'm not going anywhere. Nothing's really happening. What is the point of this? And but from his point of view, he's like, I can see the final chapter. Just trust me on this. We keep going along this path. You're going to do great things.
Yep. Especially stories where if you're a character in that story and the story's not about you in that moment, I'm sure a lot of you are binge watching TV shows right now. If you're watching shows that are episodes, I'm sure you've gotten to a show where you got invested in a character and then there was an episode or two where that character wasn't there or there wasn't a lot about that character in that episode. And you wonder, what's going on with them? I want to know what's going on with them. And we feel like that person. We feel like, when are you going to change something for me? When is my time? And I love, like you said, that and that's exactly, by the way, what that verse means. When you talk about, when it says the day is like 1,000 years, 1,000 years is like a day, is that God's time is not our time. A lot of people have taken that verse out of context and tried to make it a literal thing. And say, okay, a day with God is like 1,000 years. So they'll go back and do weird stuff, like they'll go back to Genesis and they'll go, oh, so day 1 was 1,000 years, and then day 2 was that. So creation.
Guys, it's clearly metaphorical. It's clearly metaphorical.
And it's not. But it still speaks to the exact same thing that people miss in that verse. People want definitive answers, and that whole thing is talking about be patient. This is about God's timing, not yours. You don't know the days and the times and the places. And Jesus even says that, right? When he's talking to his apostles, he says, it's not for you to know the time and the place. He says, your life is like a mist. And so doing things God's way, and that speaks to patience so often. And I think when we're suffering through things, I think that verse is a good one that just says, hey, you're looking at your suffering through your lens.
yeah.
Look at it through God's. If we really believe what the Bible says and God is the one in control, then we need to look at things through God's perspective, right? And this is, so the verse that I wanted to share was from Psalm 13. And it's actually a song that it's a song in the book of Psalms, but it's the inspiration for a song by a band that I really like called Spoken. And if you ever look it up on the internet, it's a band called Spoken, and the name of the song is How Long. And most of their music is very loud punk, heavy metal type stuff.
Okay, so it's not Unspoken. I was thinking, because there's also a band called Unspoken.
Yeah, no, this is Spoken. Most of their songs are heavy metal and rock and that kind of thing, but this song is like really mellow. It's really cool.
Cool.
But let's take a look at that verse. In Psalm 13, it says, "How long, Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts, and day after day have sorrow in my heart? How long will my enemy triumph over me?" And just the way that David talks through his suffering, and if you look at the book of Lamentations, it's the same type thing, where people are just suffering over things. The book of Job is the same way, and we're going to talk about that in a minute too. But the rest of this passage is where David's kind of working out, God, I am struggling. This does not seem like it's going to end. And David doesn't just wallow in his suffering. He says in verse 3, "Look on me and answer, Lord my God. Give light to my eyes, or I will sleep in death." Basically, show me what you want me to see. Enlighten me. And my enemy will say, I have overcome him. And my foes will rejoice when I fall. Basically, I know this, to me, it looks like it's getting worse. And it doesn't look like it's getting any better unless you explain to me what's going on. But then, in the midst of that, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what's happening, I'm struggling through this, and I can't see things your way, David ends with this. Verse 5, he says, "But I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing the Lord's praise, for he has been good to me." And I love that because in the midst of our sufferings, it speaks the same way that Peter's verse talks about being patient. This one says, I don't care how bad things get, how long I have to suffer. I'm going to trust in you because I remember your promises, because I remember that you're in control and I'm not in control. I thought that was really cool. And there's a bunch of verses like that. Psalm 22, which is one that Jesus quotes on the cross. The majority of it is, starts out, my God, why have you forsaken me? And he says, there's all these awful things happening to me. I don't know what's going on. I feel distant from you. I'm struggling. And then at the end it says, but God, you're not far off. I know that you're there. It's trusting in God to deliver, even though it doesn't feel like he's going to deliver. It's, if he said it, and he's going to do it.
I feel like, I don't know, with that being said, I feel like faith grows in the presence of being patient.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a good line, dude. Faith grows in the presence of being patient. That's awesome. So we did have some verses that we asked some of you guys to share, and Lauren Burrows shared a few verses with us, and so we're gonna look at those. She shared Romans 5 verses 3 and 4. Not only this, but we also rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces perseverance, and perseverance proven character, and proven character hope. That's a good one that you have to struggle through this to get through it. And I think I've told you guys before, the hardest part of that is not the suffering, it's the perseverance. It's that people don't make it through that part. We'll struggle, we'll go, oh, God's testing me, and we're okay with it for a little while. And then when it keeps going, then we start to get angry. Then we start to get mad, and we don't make it through the perseverance part, which means we don't get to things like character, and we don't get to things like hope. Because we don't persevere, we don't keep going through it. I think that's a great place to talk about Job. I mean, Job, his family gets killed. He loses all of his livestock, which means he loses all of his wealth. He loses his home. His wife tells him to curse God and die. And his friends show up, and they're pretty cool at first. Like, they sit there and just kind of sit in silence with him for a little bit, but then they start talking, and it's like, you must have done something wrong because God's mad at you. And he says, I didn't do anything. And then he starts questioning God, which is not wrong. I mean, questioning God is not wrong. Saying, why is this going on? Why is this happening? We just saw Peter do it. We saw we saw David do it in Psalms, and that's not wrong. The problem is when we stop persevering, and Job never gave up on God. Now God basically gives him a tongue lashing. He comes back and says, who are you to ask me these questions? And I love the prayer. He says, brace yourselves like a man and I'll answer you. It's like, I'm about to tell you what for, so you need to get ready for this. But he perseveres through it, and then I think we always look at, like, he perseveres and he gets wealth and he gets his family back and he gets this. But I think what the verse in Romans is saying, what Paul is saying, is his character was strengthened. And he gains a new level of hope that, hey, things can't always be this bad. Romans 8, 25.
It says, but if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience.
That idea of, if we hope for what we do not see, that's faith. Like you talked about, that's actually what in Hebrews it says, faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. So if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience. And do you see how those things cycle, right? Like that we persevere through our sufferings, and it creates character, and it leads to greater hope in God and trust in God, and then faith comes back around, and we trust in God, and it creates more perseverance, and it creates more character, which creates more hope. Those things are intentional. God creates those things on purpose. The last one that we had shared with us is from 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 10. After your season of suffering, God in all his grace will restore, confirm, strengthen, and establish you. I think that's a good one to end on. I don't know about you, but it goes back to those promises in the verse that you read about. in 2 Peter that if we believe the promises of God, that God's going to restore us, that God is going to strengthen us. And that may not look like what we think it's going to look like.
But I feel like it gives you like a chance to like, I don't know, what is it, like build onto like your testimony to end up like just spreading it to somebody else.
Sure. Maybe we look at it like a foundation.
Yeah.
Like God is He's got to dig out the ground to prepare our foundation, and then he says, okay, build on this. Build off of the perseverance and the character and the hope that you have gained from your sufferings. Yeah, that's absolutely a great idea. And so that's something that I would love to leave you guys with is to trust in God, to stay in His Word, to keep fostering that relationship through prayer, through Bible study. And we've tried to make it really easy for you. We've given you videos and interviews and service opportunities and brought you things to keep your spirits up and all those kind of things. And this right here is one of those opportunities too. So my encouragement is just keep on focusing on God because He's doing something. Be patient for what God is doing. And when this thing is all through and we're able to get back together all together, even if it's slowly but surely, the excitement and the joy and the things that we're going to learn because of this and the recommitment to our family in a face-to-face way is going to be so awesome, guys. And so thank you guys for sharing. Lauren, thank you for sending in those verses. Those were awesome. Thank you guys for sending in the bubble things. One more reminder about digital snack time tomorrow at 11 a.m. The link will be sent out to you on GroupMe and on email. Please don't share that publicly. If you want to text it to other people in the youth group, if you want to text it to some of your friends to say, hey, we're doing this really cool thing, text it to them privately, but make sure they know. Don't share it publicly. Because if you do, we're going to have to shut it down immediately, and we may not be able to do it again. And so be responsible with that link. And we'll see you guys on Thursday morning.
And then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And then don't forget to also just go back to some of our previous videos if you have the time, which, I mean, everybody might have it. And then don't forget to, what else? Just to follow us on all of our social media accounts, but you don't have to follow us on all of them. You can just follow us on one, and then that'll be just fine. So.
Yep. If you have one, log into it. If you don't have any of them, then get on GroupMe, or at least see if you can sign up for one, or just watch us on Wednesday nights. That's fine too. Two things I want to leave you guys with, one thing actually, is last week we told you guys about the need in El Salvador, and some of you guys have responded, and that's been awesome. We've collected over $160 already for El Salvador, and we're going to send that on Sunday or Monday of next week, but there's still time to donate to that. You can see the bags that some of these ladies are holding on the left of your screen. Those bags include rice, flour, beans, all kinds of things. Those bags will feed a family of 4 for at least a week. Sometimes it feeds them longer because they make it last longer. They spread it out further. But $20 does that. And I was told the other day that they have a list of 135 families that are waiting for help like that. And the government's not able to do a whole lot down there. And so a lot of these people are people that we know. And the ministers down there are able to take these bags and not just, it's so much more of a benefit than us giving you chalk or bubbles or things like that. This is survival for some of these people, and the ministers down there are able to take this money and buy these things and give it to these people and minister and share the love of Christ in a way that we're not able to, and they're able to do that every single day. So if you're able to do that, the PayPal link was up there. You can also go to centralfamily.org and donate. There's a little donate link on our church website. If you missed the link before, that's okay. Pause the live stream, go back and check it out. Get PayPal, click that link, and you're able to do that. And so we hope you do it, and we'll keep you updated on those things. But that's what we wanted to leave you guys with. We told you last week that we would show you some behind the scenes pictures of kind of how all this happens. Michael, you had something to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that the egg vlog has been up.
That's
So
right.
if y'all missed that, be sure to check it out.
Yeah.
It involves me wearing bunny ears and embarrassing myself
Yeah,
on camera.
the
So
video
it's
of
great.
Michael, going out and delivering Easter eggs a couple weeks ago is really, really funny. You guys need to go check it out. Yeah, so all those things are up. Like Jalen said, go back and watch some of the videos. We've got interviews from some of our missionaries in Russia and in El Salvador. We've got devotional videos for the last 3 weeks, and we've got plenty more coming. If you want to do a devotional video, you are more than welcome to take a 5-minute video on your phone and send it to me. I'll put a little title screen on it, and we'll upload it. And so you guys are welcome to be a part of that as well. Go back and watch those, and be a part of all the things that we're doing. You don't have to just do what we're doing that day. You can go back and relive those things, so to speak. But as promised, we're going to leave you guys with some behind the scenes pictures of kind of how this happens. And we love you guys. We hope you're safe, and we'll see you next week.